We're still under orders to stay home to prevent COVID-19. Here's how the virus shaped some of our stories in this week's TrendSpotting report. Hafa Guam and all our viewers, I'm Adriana Cotero, and here's what caught your attention this week.
A couple terrified after an early morning attack sparked the conversation on a controversial move by the Office of the Attorney General. On April 9th, Dededo residents Emily Ocampo and Jerome Advincula attempted to fight off several unruly men outside their apartment. They allegedly threatened to kill the couple, bash their cars, try to force their way into the couple's apartment, and even threw a hollow block through the window. Ocampo told her story on KUAM's Containing COVID show, begging the AG's office to not ignore the case, but that's sort of what happened. Two 19-year-old men, BK Petrus and Rafiki Kinam, were arrested in the incident. They were booked and released with a notice to appear in court within 3 years. The AG's office says the measure aims to keep COVID-19 out of the prison by limiting who goes in. According to Attorney General Leven Camacho, while violent offenders are booked and confined, nonviolent offenders are being booked and released on a case-by-case basis. Considering the violent circumstances in the alleged incident, Governor Lou Leon Guerrero said she was not happy with the men's release because it wasn't a minor crime. She said, quote, "To me, I see it as a much more violent crime, and we are working with the courts to have much more clarity on that," unquote. AG Camacho said he was surprised the governor wasn't happy since the move was in line with her directives. He said, quote, "However, now that they are prepared to returning back to standard confinement practices and are working with the court to manage the prison, our office will move forward in support of this new direction," unquote. Guam Watch says the CNMI began receiving 20,000 test kits from South Korea, beefing up its ability to track COVID-19 cases. It was a dead issue, however, for Governor Lou Leon Guerrero, who continued to assert Guam would not use test kits that weren't approved by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration or by emergency use authorization. The governor's chief medical advisor, Dr. Michael Cruz, wrote to Speaker Tina Muñoz Barnes, who inquired about building up Guam's testing capacity. He wrote, quote, "Pending additional guidance from the FDA and CDC, we must understand that more testing should be done. Unreliable test results can become more dangerous than no testing at all," unquote. Although the South Korea test kits aren't an option for Guam, Dr. Cruz announced that we have received a commitment of at least 200 weekly rapid ID test kits, along with equipment from Abbott Laboratories that are approved by the FDA. Guam, however, continued to return low numbers of testing by the Guam Memorial Hospital and Public Health, just 12 tests done on Thursday. While the administration has been mum about lack of testing, Dr. Hao Win also sits on the governor's physician advisory panel and said the lack of testing is due to a shortage of materials. And as the most unfortunate result of the coronavirus, not one, but two people succumbed to COVID-19 on Guam in recent days. Guam recorded its fifth death due to the virus on April 11th, a 79-year-old woman. She was initially admitted to Guam Memorial Hospital on April 10th and had a history of diabetes, hypertension, coronary artery disease. The patient had no travel history. And the Navy announced a crew member from the USS Theodore Roosevelt died on April 13th. 41-year-old Aviation Ordnanceman Chief Petty Officer Charles Robert Thacker Jr. of Fort Smith, Arkansas, tested positive for the virus on March 30th and was moved to a naval base quarantine site. On April 9th, he was found unresponsive and was taken to Naval Hospital. According to the Navy, Thacker's wife was flown in from San Diego to be by his side upon his death.
We send our deepest, most heartfelt condolences to all of those who have lost their life in the battle against COVID-19 and to their families. Please remember to practice social distancing, wash your hands, and to stay home. I'm Adriana Cotero, and this is TrendSpotting.